The bill before us today is the answer to a simple question. Should the law be changed to allow same-sex couples to marry? It is a day when we can choose to reaffirm the voluntary bond of marriage for the 21st century and encourage the commitment it provides to take individuals to form families as the foundation for community and nationhood. I will be supporting this bill. We are expanding the freedom to marry. This bill honours those who fought harder before us for less. For those today who have had to fight for their equal place at this nation's table, and represents the opportunity of generations to come to mature in adolescence without unnecessary doubt. And there's no point pretending that this isn't deeply personal. It is a journey that started with me when I was 12 years old, in reference to my first speech. Like so many others at 18, I confronted the choice before me about whether I should live my life honestly or not at all. I still remember my thoughts at that crucial moment. If you give in, they win. That moment followed years of self-inspiring, haunting doubt, sternly reinforced by the legacy of social, cultural and legal stigmatisation. The people you should be able to turn to are the ones you fear speaking to most, because the cost of rejection is so high. Well, this bill rams a stake into the heart of that stigma and its legacy. If I could go back and tell that scared 18-year-old kid he'd be speaking here representing the party of his values, and with his partner Ryan in the gallery on this bill, he wouldn't have believed me. Ryan, I still remember the day all those years ago when we rose before the sun to watch a new day on One Tree Hill on Hamilton Island. And I gave you the ring on our left hand and said, quote, "I don't know what this ring represents or means, but will you take it as a sign of my commitment?" Thankfully, the answer was yes. I also remember the bittersweetness of the days that followed. Our friends were happy with it for us, but when we told others, many simply didn't know how to react. In conversation, some people politely changed the topic or fell silent entirely. For a while, Ryan kept pushing for an engagement party. The truth was I kept delaying it, perhaps wrongly, because the strong message I took from so many people's silence was that no one would come. On informing one person of our news, they responded, "Why bother?" At the time, I fell silent, and I've never had an answer to that question. But the Australian people have now answered it for me. Our society doesn't have a tradition that communicates the seriousness and commitment of a relationship except marriage. It is a commitment between two people and held together by the love and expectation of families, friends and community. It is the foundation of our nation. The law should support and affirm the most important of our human relationships, the person we choose to share our life with. And with the indulgence of the Speaker, the person I have to thank most is my partner Ryan. This debate has been the soundtrack to our relationship. We both know this issue isn't the reason we got involved in politics. Give us tax reform any day. But in my first speech, I defined our bond by the ring that sits on both of our left hands, and that they are the answer to the questions we cannot ask. So there's only one thing left to do. Ryan Patrick Bolger, will you marry me? We'll chuck that in the memoirs and Hunter.
That was a yes, a resounding yes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Speaker.